About 3 years ago, I was sitting at a kitchen table with my great-grandmother that I used to live with, back in the Czech Republic. And although we never really saw eye to eye on absolutely anything, this was a time that she was telling me stories about her younger years, her times in the war, and even her most treasured memories with her husband. And then she had asked me how I was doing, and then I had told her about my week. But inherently, the most important part, or what stands out to me personally the most about this memory, is how special she had made me feel. How present we both were, just looking into my eyes, and how intently she was listening to me. Just the two of us. It was the simplicity in each other's presence. But now, as I think back to that day, I seem to have realized something. Not only are those moments becoming increasingly more rare, but I had struggled profoundly to think back and recall the last time where I had a conversation with somebody without the constant distraction of technology. And I would like you to think for yourself as well. When was really the last time that you had a full conversation with someone without picking up your phone at least once? Because I know that for me, it took embarrassingly long to find that answer. Reality is that our future is coming, and we are at an immense risk at losing something incredibly important. Something that I believe we absolutely cannot afford to lose. Human connection. Hello, my name is Marie, and I think that today is the day that we need to talk about why. And it all starts with a very simple question. What makes humans happy? And as you could assume, most people think that money or career success will bring them happiness in some way, shape, or form. Like the people who have won the lottery, they seem like the perfect example, right? When actually, after the initial surge of happiness wears off, some, if not most, end up even more miserable than they were beforehand. And so in 1938, the longest ever study on human happiness was conducted by the researchers of the University of Harvard. And over the course of approximately 85 years, more than 2,500 participants were studied. Now, this study took a deep dive into these people's lives. And believe it or not, but one of those participants even went on to become the president of the United States of America. But all of this was done with a singular objective in mind. And that was to find out, once and for all, what really is the number one factor determining human happiness. And can you take a guess on what that was? They said that it was our relationships. It was the connections that we share with one another. And in fact, studies have shown time and time again that people who have strong and healthy relationships live longer, experience less stress, and are far more likely to thrive in life. But this is where technology is a problem. Over the past 2 decades, we have seen technology shift from a tool of convenience into an integral part of our daily lives. Our smartphones, our apps, they promise to connect us, right? To bring us closer. But here's the paradox. Whilst we might be more connected than ever before, we are also the most isolated than we have ever been. And it isn't just a battle for dopamine anymore. It has turned into a desperate battle for each other's attention. We know that social media, for example, it makes it easier to stay in touch with hundreds, maybe thousands of people. But come to think about it, how many of those connections truly feel real? Just how many of them actually feel deep? Because, we're texting, but we're not really talking, are we? We are sharing photos, but we aren't really seeing each other in the ways that really matter. And now, I would like to take you on a little journey with me. Let's take a moment to think about what the future could look like. Close your eyes and imagine it with me. Imagine a world where technology has advanced even further. Virtual reality becomes so realistic that you can sit face to face with your friend on the other side of the globe. AI-powered assistants might help us plan our days, respond to our emails, or even tell us how we're feeling based on our tone of voice. A future where children below the age of 2 years old learn how to use and navigate technology before even learning how to walk. A future where our relationships might be less about the person in front of us and much more about the technology in between. Now, open your eyes. And how would it make you feel if I told you that that wasn't the future? This is the current reality that we are already experiencing. We are starting to lose the essence of what real human connection is. We might no longer hear the warmth in someone's voice when they say, "Oh, Marie, I'm so glad you're here." Or see the slight shift in someone's body language when they're feeling vulnerable. We have replaced real intimacy with convenience and real presence with screens. And I don't know about you, but for me, it is incredibly difficult to imagine a future where we are no longer gathering around tables to have those long, meandering, and contagious conversations that I know every single one of us here has had at least once, where laughter just fills the air for the night. Or a future where a simple hug or a moment of shared eye contact is replaced by the sound of a notification. Technology is terrible. We all know that. But I believe that we can still make a difference. Because all of us, all crave and yearn for the very same things. To be truly seen, to be heard, and to be known. To have a friend or a partner who listens, not just responds. To have a family member who doesn't just sit beside you, but rather sits with you. However, please don't get me wrong. I am not trying to suggest that technology is inherently evil. In fact, I do believe that it can be a beautiful thing. It helps us. It connects us. It drives innovation. But we must ask ourselves, how do we use it? Are we allowing it to enhance our relationships, or rather allowing it to distract us from each other? The future is coming, We all know that. That is inevitable. I can't help you with that. But I believe that we still have a choice. You still have a choice to simply be more present with your loved ones. A simple choice to put down your phone, to look into someone's eyes, to listen, to share, and to feel with them. A simple choice to remember that no matter how advanced our technology gets, nothing will or can ever replace the power of human connection, as that is precisely what makes us who we are at our core. So I suggest that you make a promise to yourself today. Promise yourself that you will become more present with your loved ones. Because really, that is where the true beauty of our humanity and our happiness really lies. And lastly, let's promise ourselves that we will never let technology steal the most precious thing that we have: each other. Thank you for your attention.